So people ask me how I got started in doing such niche work, working with athletes with exercise-induced laryngeal obstruction. So I thought it might be good to tell you the story of how this started. And it's pretty straightforward. And a girl, she was a soccer player, not unlike many of my clients, walked into my office one day. She was a high level soccer player, but she was struggling. And what she was struggling with was this thing that she explained to me at the time was called vocal cord dysfunction. And I had never heard of it at that point, but she explained to me what it was and how she understood it. Um, and she said that she had read in several articles that a sports psychology professional could help. And I said, oh, that's interesting. And it really did pique my interest. And we left that meeting, and I told her I would do some homework and get back to her. So I did. I did my homework. And given that I have a background, first of all, if we go all the way back to my thesis that I wrote during my master's, when I was working on my master's degree, so this was back in 97, 98, my thesis was on burnout because that was something that I really struggled with as an athlete myself. And I went on and I taught at two universities, one of which was San Jose State, where I taught stress management. And I taught it in the classroom and I taught it in the lab with all the time of was all the state-of-the-art biofeedback equipment. So we were doing the practical stuff in the lab as well as the classroom. So this was my background long before this girl, Skylar, walked into my office. And so I had a sense of how I might be able to help. And so I told her just that. I said, listen, this is new to me, but I kind of understand it through the nervous system and through stress management, and I think I might be able to help. And here's the thing, if we go through this journey, I'm going to give you all the mental skills that you need, and so that's only going to help. And if I'm right about my inclinations, I think the stress management might help as well. And sure enough, she made great progress and got back to normal functioning. And lucky for me, she then went on to tell all her physicians, her speech therapists, all these people that she worked with, how helpful it was. They started to refer people to me, the athletes that came into their practices. And that's really where it began. And then the second chapter of all this was about 2016. I decided to take all this information and present it at my annual association at the Association for Applied Sports Psychology. And I did a poster. And so when you present a poster, people just can kind of walk through and chit chat with you. And so I was doing a lot of chatting about it. Some people have heard of it. A lot of people hadn't heard of it. And one guy came along and interviewed me. He had an online magazine. And we did an interview right there on the spot. Well, that interview was picked up by Dr. Todd Olin at National Jewish Health in Denver. He immediately reached out to me and said, we need to talk. And essentially, he had this same inclination that there was this nervous system piece to it. And that a sports psychology professional could really be useful. In fact, he was thinking about pursuing getting his own degree or at least a certification or something in sports psychology. But we talked in a lot of detail, and if you don't know who Todd Olin is, he is one of the global leaders in all of the EILO / VCD research and practice. And turns out, again, we thought very similarly, and we've just built a really good partnership ever since then. So I refer a lot of people to his clinic because there are a lot of people throughout the country, and I hear from people all over the country. A lot of people can't access the medical care that they need, and they don't know where to find the proper speech therapy that they need. So I'm able oftentimes to help them put those pieces together. And sometimes that means they go off to Denver to Dr. Olin and his team. Sometimes I'm able to help them find resources closer to home. So anyway, that is how it all started. And I'm so thankful that Skylar walked into my office that day because it's work that I was well prepared for. It's work that I enjoy, and it really is a special niche where I can help people who, when I first meet them, are usually very dysfunctional in their sport. In a relatively short period of time, we can get them back to normal functioning. But it's teamwork. It takes a good team. I've built resources around the country in both speech therapy and the diagnostics. So that's what I do today.